Look at this cave painting. People made it over 10,000 years ago. See those strange figures? They don't look like humans or animals. Some have round heads that look like helmets. Some seem to float in the sky. Why did our ancestors draw these? Now, look at this. Navy pilots took this video in 2004. See that object? It moves super fast. Our best planes can't do that. The Navy says this video is real. What if these two things are connected from times so far apart? What if Earth has had visitors from space not just now, but throughout history? Today, we're asking a big question. Have aliens been visiting Earth for millions of years? The story of possible alien visits doesn't start with flying saucers in the 1900s. It might go back to the very beginning of human history, or even before. In caves from Spain to Australia, old paintings show disc shapes in the sky and strange beings. In India, 10,000-year-old cave art shows what looks like people in spacesuits with weapons, next to round objects in the sky. In Egypt, old wall carvings at the Temple of Seti show shapes that look like helicopters and submarines, things that wouldn't be invented for thousands of years. Some experts say these are just older symbols that got carved over, but they still look very strange. Then there are huge stone buildings that make us wonder. At Pumapunku in Bolivia, giant stone blocks weighing as much as 800 tons were cut so perfectly that we'd have trouble doing it even today. The stones at Sacsayhuaman in Peru fit together so tightly you can't put a piece of paper between them. How did people back then do this without modern tools? The Baghdad battery from around 250 BC is a clay pot with copper and iron inside. When filled with grape juice or vinegar, it makes electricity. Why did people need electricity back then? Old stories from around the world talk about gods who came from the sky. Indian writings describe vimanas, flying machines used by gods. The Bible's book of Ezekiel talks about a wheel within a wheel coming from the sky. The Epic of Gilgamesh mentions beings from the stars who taught humans new things. What's really interesting is how similar these stories are from places that never talk to each other. From North and South America to Asia, Africa, and Europe, people tell similar stories about smart beings from the sky who shared knowledge, fought wars, and sometimes had children with humans. Is this just chance, or did people everywhere see the same things? Before we get too excited about ancient aliens, let's look at what science tells us. In 1961, a scientist named Frank Drake made a way to guess how many alien civilizations might be out there. Even being careful with the numbers, it seems like we're probably not alone. NASA has found thousands of planets around other stars. Many are at the right distance from their stars to have liquid water. The TRAPPIST-1 system has 7 Earth-sized planets. With about 100 billion stars in our galaxy, and maybe trillions of planets, it seems likely that other smart life exists. Our Sun is pretty young at 4.6 billion years old. Many stars formed billions of years ago. If life started on planets around those stars, they could be millions or even billions of years ahead of us in technology. Their tech might seem like magic to us. But traveling between stars is hard. Even at the speed of light, which science says is the fastest possible speed, the closest star system is over 4 years away. Any aliens visiting Earth would need technology we can't even imagine. Many scientists offer simpler explanations for ancient alien evidence. The amazing stone buildings could have been made with basic physics, lots of workers, and skills we've forgotten. Ancient art showing spaceships might just be religious symbols, weather events, or artistic choices. This brings us to a famous question asked by physicist Enrico Fermi. Where is everybody? If smart aliens are common, why haven't we found clear proof? Maybe space is just too big, or maybe our search methods aren't good enough, or maybe, as some people think, they've been here all along. In recent years, talk about possible alien visits has changed a lot. In 2017, the New York Times revealed that the Pentagon had a secret program studying strange things in the sky. Since then, the US government has released videos showing objects that do things our aircraft can't do. Commander David Fravor, who saw one of these objects in 2004, said it was not from this world. The object, called the Tic Tac because of its shape, could accelerate incredibly fast and move in ways no known aircraft can. Military people from around the world describe objects that can speed up instantly, make sharp turns at high speeds, and seem to ignore gravity. Sometimes, large groups of people see the same strange things. In 1997, thousands of people in Phoenix, Arizona, saw a line of lights in the sky. In 2006, many airline workers at O'Hare Airport in Chicago saw a metal disc hovering over the airport before it shot straight up, leaving a hole in the clouds. Some cases have physical evidence. Soil from places where objects supposedly landed shows strange chemical changes. Metal pieces found at reported crash sites contain materials not normally found on Earth. While many sightings can be explained as weather, planes, satellites, or mistakes, many remain unexplained even after careful study. The U.S. Air Force's Project Blue Book found that 701 of the 12,618 sightings they studied couldn't be identified. So, what might explain all this evidence from thousands of years? Let's look at the main ideas. The extraterrestrial idea suggests that beings from other planets have been visiting Earth, maybe studying us or even helping us develop. If a civilization on another planet started millions of years before us, they might have figured out how to travel between stars. Maybe Earth is especially interesting to study, or has resources they need. The time traveler idea suggests these visitors might actually be humans from our future, coming back to study their past. This would explain why they seem interested in our nuclear weapons and environmental problems, big moments that could affect humanity's future, the other dimensions. Idea suggests these beings might not come from distant stars, but from other realities that sometimes cross with ours. This could explain how they appear and disappear so quickly and how they move in ways that seem impossible. Some researchers think an advanced human civilization might have existed on Earth long ago, maybe millions of years back, but was destroyed by some disaster. What we think are alien visits might be the survivors or returning members of this lost civilization. As we've seen, the question of whether aliens have been visiting Earth for millions of years remains open. The evidence ranges from ancient art to modern military sightings, from math about how many planets might have life to things we can't explain. What's clear is that we're at an important time to answer this question. We have better tools than ever to look for signs of life in space. Governments are being more open about strange things in our skies, and our understanding of physics keeps growing, possibly opening new ways to think about travel between stars. If we are alone, then we have a special job as the only storytellers in the universe. If we're not alone, and have been visited throughout our history, then we're part of a much bigger community in space, one we might someday officially join. The next time you look up at the night sky, remember that those same stars have watched over humans for our entire existence. And maybe, just maybe, something from those distant lights has been watching us too. Not just recently, but for millions of years.